welcome back to Breakfast with Bob. Our next guest, ironically and fittingly, at the Paratriathlon, because he's so instrumental in Paratriathlon becoming a Paralympic sport, Mr. Jon Beeson. Johnny, you must feel like a proud parent watching this stuff.
A proud grandparent, actually. For a couple iterations, of this, started in 98, and I was really kind of off the back in 98. When Paul Martin had started in 96, and there were a few, as you know.
mean pushing to get into the Paralympics?
Pushing to get in.
Yeah.
The first race I was in, I turned to Paul Martin and I said, who was a great five-time world
lower
champion.
leg amputee, yeah.
And I said, so when do we go to the Paralympics? And that was 98. And he said, there is no paratriathlon.
Right.
In fact, they didn't even call it paratriathlon.
No, it's just triathlon PC or whatever.
Physically challenged. So we formed a committee with the USAT graciously gave us $250 for the first 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, nice.
Then we started exposing people to the race. We concentrated the athletes. We built up the numbers, and it slowly just build, and you just need to keep pushing it.
Well, I remember when we were trying to get triathlon into the regular Olympics.
Right.
The key was federations. The
Right.
key was having obviously a number of athletes in all these different countries. Because
Right.
if it's an American-based thing, it's not going to happen.
No.
And I remember even for someone like a Rudy Garcia Tolson in swimming,
Right.
there wasn't that many double above knee amputees.
Right.
So to get swimming into the Paralympics or get his category in was tough. As somebody who's a congenital,
Yeah.
right, growing up in a little different era when the
Yeah.
Earth was still cooling.
Yeah, way different.
Yeah. What was the perception and what was the reality for someone like yourself who's an arm amputee?
Well, I was pretty athletic. I played Little League baseball.
Yeah.
I swam and played water polo in high school. I played intercollegiate volleyball. But when I was young and doing Little League, I was one of the guys. One of the guys.
So it wasn't the kids are accepting when you're just another one of the guys.
Yeah, when
you can perform.
When you perform, they pay attention. But the media, I think I had 1 or 2 local newspaper articles.
Yeah.
And it was just, okay, yeah, there's Jon doing his thing. And that's the way it really should be.
Just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else. So when I started running again when I was a little older, and then I got into triathlon and just fell in love with the sport.
And from then to becoming a Paralympic sport, talk about the process, because it was mind-boggling.
It was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
For the first 8 years, they said, you just don't have the numbers, so stop talking to us. IPC and even ITU said, well, you just don't have the numbers. So John Korf in New York, great race director in New York, invited us in, got us a $30,000 grant from Ford Motor Company, and we were off to the races.
So it became the Paratriathlon National Championships.
That's right.
And that was it.
That was it. That was really the biggest race of its kind. There were close to 100 athletes at that race. That's
money.
Yes. Money and kind of an inclusive big tent attitude that we took really helped out. And then, it just started rolling from there. We invited ITU over. They got excited. We got classification going where you figure out what your disability is and you race against like disabled athletes. And then it took. You have to apply 6 years before the games you want to participate in. So we applied and held on by our fingernails, and we're one of the 3 new sports that got in. So
what was the feeling like for you guys when you found out?
Okay,
we're in the Paralympics.
This is a great story.
Yeah.
I'm with Sarah Springman, who's vice president from England. She was our board liaison to the ITU, and I was on a Skype call. And for me, it was 2 a.m, something like that.
Yeah.
And we're all kind of Skyping, waiting for Sarah to get the email. And she said, "Oh, I got the email," and there was just silence on the Skype. And finally, she said, "We're in." And I was stunned by it in a strange kind of way. But then there was a huge sense of relief.
Yeah.
It wasn't joy. It was just
relief,
pure relief that, oh my God, we're in.
And you knew what that was going to do.
I did.
Because what that does is it opens up the coffers for every country, Czechoslovakia, it doesn't matter who's out there.
Everybody wants it.
Everybody, now that it's a Paralympic sport, everybody's going to fund those
That's
athletes
right.
who could be competitive,
Right.
which raises the level of competition. Seeing what's happening out here today,
It's unbelievable.
It really is, right?
Yeah. The thing we have to concentrate on, and the thing that Challenge Athletes Foundation does so well, is it reaches down and gets people to get involved.
Right.
That's what we need to keep
You
doing.
you can't just focus on the elite guys. You got to start at the
That's
ground,
right.
when people
Because
get injured.
It's intimidating for people to come here and see these guys running 16 off the bike on
Right.
on a prosthetic.
Yeah.
So we're doing a pretty good job of that. We have to do better, and CAF does a wonderful job of that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, John, again, congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Being in the States,
Oh,
being in Chicago, in a
it's
major
great.
city, the exposure,
yeah,
the
the
Challenge
last World
athletes are getting.
Championship before the games. It's,
Yeah?
it's amazing.
And you'll be at Rio next year?
CC.
Jon Beeson has been our guest. We are at the finish line of the Paratri, which would not be here without this young man.
Thanks.
My name is Bob Babbitt. Hold on, everyone. We will be right back.